You know, I don't always get scared when playing video games, but when I do, it goes a little something like this. Crouch. No, nobody saw that. I didn't scream. I did that for your own, and that was for you. It wasn't real. What's up, everyone? For the last few weeks, I've been tackling requests from all of you on things you want to be able to do inside of Streamer.Bot to provide a fun, engaging experience for your viewers on Twitch when streaming through OBS. Well, today I want to give you something that I personally enjoy more than almost anything else, and something I have not seen anyone touch on or talk about. Today we are going to cover one of my favorite plugins and tools, HypeRate.io's heart rate widget. HypeRate is a free-to-use widget that works on almost every heart rate monitoring smart device on the market. They have support on iOS, Android, and even a microchip you can get implanted in your brain by Elon! Okay, I made the last one up, but in all seriousness, the lineup of supported devices is crazy. Devices like Fitbits, chest belts, Apple Watches, Android watches, wristbands, and hundreds more. A website that will rank you in leaderboards based on how high or low your heart rate is playing horror games. And they have a whole library of different designs you can buy or download for free to use on stream to show off your heart rate. The designs you can buy, you can get 20% off of by using the code BIRD20. I'll leave that in the description below, just so you can grab it. But what is really crazy is just how much you can do with your heart rate in terms of controlling your stream. You can control anything you can think of using nothing but your pulse. Scene changes, filters, audio levels, even channel point rewards. In fact, you can change channel point rewards to the point that if you are playing a game and your heart rate goes up to a certain level, it will add new channel points in that your community can redeem to try and elevate your heart rate even more. And then on top of that, you can use your heart rate to reduce the cost of those channel points. So say you're playing a horror game, or a first-person shooter, or something, anything that causes you to panic, and your heart rate elevates. And then your channel point rewards populate with scary sounds, or something that's gonna cause you to panic even more. And then someone redeems one of those sounds, and you panic even harder, and then boom! Well, in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to do just that, and then some. So buckle up, it's gonna get fun. Unfortunately, I do not own every device or operating system that this amazing service is provided on, so for this tutorial, I'm going to be using iOS. However, I would imagine that the setup is similar on the rest, and all you would need to do is go to whichever app store your provider uses to find the app. So first things first, let's get the app on your iPhone, because that's what I have, or Apple Watch. You're gonna wanna go to the App Store and search for HypeRate Companion. Download that and install it to your Apple Watch. And then open the app so you can get your unique user ID from it. It is a 4-character alphanumeric code at the bottom. You will need that in both OBS and in Streamer.Bot to get things working. Next thing we wanna do is add our heart rate into OBS. So, open up OBS and create a new scene and name it HypeRate. Then add a browser source and name it heart rate or pulse, or something that makes sense to you. This is also where you will set the design you wish to use for your heart rate overlay. So if you go to HypeRate.io/gallery, link in the description below, you can choose from a number of free designs or purchase something that catches your eye using my promotional code, because support. Anyway, In the gallery, simply hover over one of the animations that catches your eye, and then use the provided copy button that shows up when you hover over that animation to copy that design, and then paste that into your browser source in OBS, which would be something like https://app.hyperate.io/animation/127/ I know that was a lot. I'm just gonna paste that in text on screen. Now, good. Once you have your heart rate's browser source set up, you can click Start in the app on your watch or whatever device you're using, and in a few seconds, your heart rate will show up inside of OBS. Now we can use that data to set up the rest of the things we want to do. We'll come back to OBS a little later for some other things that might also be fun to implement, but for now, let's get to the good bit, shall we? The one thing that I have never seen anyone do using Hyperate is control available channel points and the cost of them. Now, in an attempt to make this accessible to all, I am straying away from using C# for this one, and we are going to do things the easy but long way. That way there is no chance of error when setting up your own channel point rewards and the sub-actions that we will use to control their visibility and cost. I'm quite partial to horror games, so my Hyperate setup is in line with that passion. However, you can make channel point rewards that are more fitting to your gaming preferences, and everything else in this will apply and work the same way. All right, let's get started in Streamer.Bot. The first thing that we want to do is connect Hyperate to Streamer.Bot. And to do that, let's go into Streamer.Bot, and at the top, click the Integrations tab, and then click the Hyperate IO tab. And in the account box, tick both the Auto Connect and Auto Reconnect on Disconnect boxes, and then enter your unique 4-character alphanumeric ID in the ID box and connect. After you get it connected, go to the Platforms tab, and inside of Platforms, under Twitch, go to Channel Point Rewards and create yourself a few new Channel Point Rewards, however many you want, really. And they can do whatever you want them to do that would be jarring enough to make your heart rate go up. Remember, the goal here is to elevate your heart rate. So make them good. Make loud noises, images that appear on screen. Something that's gonna make you freak out. Set them to a cost that isn't too insane, but also not too low, because we will be changing the cost with the heart rate as well later on. Then once you have your channel point rewards created, go to the Action Queues tab, click on Queues, and then right-click in the box and select Add to create a new queue, and name it hyperate.io. Hey, what's up? Future me here. So I totally forgot that they changed the way that Streamer.Bot works when setting up channel point rewards, even though I totally recorded all of this stuff and set up these channel point rewards. My bad. So in order for your channel point rewards to work, you're going to have to create actions for each channel point. So if it plays a sound, you have to create an action that plays the sound. If it activates a source or a filter or whatever, you have to create actions that do that, and then set the trigger to that channel point reward that you just created. I'm sorry. Also, Streamer.Bot, change it back. Change it back to the way it was. I really don't like this method. Thank you, and back to past me. Now that we have it connected, new channel point rewards set up, and a queue created, we can go to the Actions tab and get our actions set up. There are a few actions we need to add to make sure this works, but don't worry, we got this. I promise. First thing we want to do is create an action called Pre-Heart Rate Rewards. Set the group to Hyperate and the queue to hyperate.io. Tick the Always Run box and click OK. In the trigger box, right-click and go to Integrations. Hover over Hyperate and click Heart Rate Pulse. Set this to something low for you. You don't want to copy mine because I have a really low resting heart rate, so make sure to gauge your own and set it accordingly. Then in the sub actions box, right click, go to Twitch, hover over rewards, and select configure rewards. Set all of your standard rewards that you always have active to enabled, and leave the ones that we just set up either disabled or not configured, and tick the box at the top that says disable not configured. We're going to use this action to revert to our pre-stressed set of rewards. So next, in the actions panel to the left, right-click and add a new action titled Hype Rate Rewards. Set the group to Hype Rate and the queue to hyperate.io. Tick the Always Run box and click OK. In the trigger box, right-click and go to Integrations, hover over Hype Rate, and click Heart Rate Pulse. Again, set this to something mid-level. So, I don't know, go 20 or 30 BPM over what you just set up. Maybe not even that high. It depends, I guess, on how stressed you get playing games. Again, you want to do it according to your own heart rate. Don't copy mine. Okay? Okay. And don't make it too high. If you make it too high, then it either won't trigger or the next step that we're going to do won't be able to trigger because that'll be insanely high. I trust you. You got this. You're smart. I know you are. In the sub actions box, right click and go to Twitch, hover over rewards and select configure rewards again. Or simply copy the previous sub action that we just set up and then paste it here. This is where we want to enable the rewards that we set up for this, so that when our heart rates go up to a certain level, it enables new channel point rewards that will get a rise out of us. The final action that we want to create for this is the one that is going to change how much they cost if we really get stressed. So for the last time, right click in the actions panel to the left and create an action. Call it Heart Rate Rewards Cost, set the group to Hype Rate and the queue to Heart Rate IO, tick the Always Run box, and click OK. In the trigger box to the right, once again, you're going to want to right click, go to Integrations, hover over Hype Rate, and click Heart Rate Pulse. Now set this to something higher than the last action, but make sure it's still something your heart can achieve. Don't set it to something like 300 BPM. You're never... I hope you can't get there. If you can get there, see a doctor. Seriously. Anyway, right, moving on. In the sub actions box, right click, go to Twitch again, hover over rewards again, and select set cost. In the reward box, choose one of your newly created rewards, and then set the cost to something much lower than the original value. Keep operator set to none, and then click OK. Now, duplicate that action for every reward you just created, and change the reward name to each reward you created. After you have duplicated and created a set cost for every reward you created for this, you're going to want to set a delay for however long you want the reduced cost to last. So right click, hover over core and select delay, and then type the delay duration and click OK. I would suggest something from 90,000 to 120,000 milliseconds, which is 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. You can also set this higher if you want. You can have it go for 5 minutes. You could have it go for 10 minutes. And then duplicate each of the set cost sub-actions that you just created. And then double click each of them to edit. And then click reset cost on each one. So that after that delay, it will trigger a reset so that the rewards cost the same amount they did prior to your heart rate elevating to whatever level you set it to. Make sure to do this for each one, otherwise the cost will not reverse, and then the next time your heart rate gets high enough to trigger these, it'll just be really cheap and people will spam it. a lot. I mean, let's face it, if you have somebody in your stream that's got 290,000 channel point rewards, they're gonna spam them anyway, which is fun. That's the point. And then, yeah, guess what? We're done. That's it. Now you can change this up and create things unique to yourself and just follow each step and make it work. You have the tools and the know-how now, and you can do it. I believe in you because you're awesome. Now, I did say that I would tell you how to do other things, right? No, seriously, I'm asking if I said that. I don't remember. So, using Streamer.Bot to create any action, from playing sounds to changing scenes or activating filters, you can use your heart rate to trigger all of it by just adding the same trigger that we did for these actions. So if you go into OBS and create a overlay for a scene, or you create a saturation filter so that your screen goes black and white, or if you change scenes using Streamer.Bot, anything. The point of what I'm trying to say here is you can do whatever you want, okay? God. No, but seriously, you can set up any single source, scene, whatever inside of OBS, and then set up an action to control it inside of Streamer.Bot. And then in the triggers box for that action you set up in Streamer.Bot, you set the trigger to your heart rate using hype rate. And then when your heart rate gets to that level, it will turn that filter on. It will change your scene. It will toggle a source. It'll do whatever. I created some overlays inside of Photoshop and After Effects. And I also used color correction filters inside of OBS to change the color of my pulse widget and apply things as overlays when my heart rate elevates. I dig it. I think it's great. You could also do crazy things if you're not into horror games and you're more into FPSs. You could do things like press random keys. Seriously, you could have it control your mouse click so that when your heart rate gets to a certain level, it just starts firing your gun on repeat and you can't do anything about it. You could also set that to a channel point reward. Seriously. You can do anything you can imagine and have it triggered by your heart rate. That is why I love this tool. This plugin is so much fun. Shout out to Hype Rate for being amazing. It's literally the best heart rate widget out there. You cannot top this. I promise. I'm sorry. I'm fanboying. I'm gushing. I know. So anyway, that's it. That's everything I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you use it. I would love to see Hype Rate getting more love. You can also join their Discord. I will leave a link to their Discord below. And I want to see people doing cool things with their heart rates. It's so much fun. So shout out and thank you to the team over at Hype Rate. They are amazing people. Please join their Discord. Please download this app. And please buy some animations for your heart rate widget and use code BIRD20 to get 20% off. Also, if you did find the video helpful or entertaining or anything, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video. Please. I appreciate it very much. And if you would like to play with my channel point rewards yourself and try to get a rise out of me, or just come chat about Streamer.Bot, Twitch, OBS, photography, anything really, you can tell me about your pet snails. Because that would be so crazy. I would love it. I would lose my mind. No, but seriously, you can pop into a Twitch stream anytime. I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Central. Thank you so much for watching the video, especially if you made it this far. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I respond to all of them in a kind of timely manner. I'm getting better at it. Anyway, thanks again. I hope you have a great day. Take care, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'm out.